Woodbury, Wade, Molino, McMaster and Muir rounding up the top 10 or 11 cars.
Further back we go, there's Tony Alford, who's out there repping it for Donut King. Mark Jewell, who was a little spectacular towards the end of that last race. The Stillwells, father and son duo out of Victoria down there. And the bad news is, unfortunately, Ray Hislop, who was meant to start this race in 47th, as you'll probably see on the grid in a sec, unfortunately has not made his way out of the racetrack.
Yeah, unfortunate. It looks like he just couldn't start the car in the dummy grid area, and you can't push start.
There's my car.
Start under its own means. So unfortunately, Ray Hislop not having a good weekend at all.
There are still some fast cars towards the back to watch out for, as there always is. It's a drag race towards turn 1. Hell corner between the Monaro and the Salika. Cherry takes the lead. The Datsun Nagya was just firing his way up into third and might actually get a pretty good run on the Salika out of turn 1.
Absolutely fantastic to see a Datsun 1600 beating the Commodore.
Oops, and here we go. Oh, everyone on the brakes. There's a problem. There's a car out the fence on the right, and there's a pair of BMWs. Shades of 1985, but the beam is stuck with Jim Richards in that very sand track.
It looked like that was Scott Dean also involved in the little Toyota. Interesting to see what happened there. Let's see if we get pick it up in the replay and see if we can see what actually happened.
Well, meanwhile, we're still green at the moment, at least, towards the cutting. And it's still at the front of the field like we'd expect. Matt Cherry, who's going to lead us up towards Reed Park, followed by Lee Forrest.
Look at Michael working that little Datsun 1600. He's a man on the mission. He's decided he wants to stick with Matt and Lee in the cars as we see the damage here at turn 1. This is not good for Michael Stillwell.
No, and I thought there was a bit of a gentleman's agreement with the Victorian BMW drivers that we don't run into each other.
Obviously, these guys didn't read the fine print.
I reckon it was probably unavoidable. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, the Toyota was caught up in it. Gee, heavy damage to just about every corner on Stillwell's Beamer.
Yeah, not sure what actually happened there. We didn't actually see the very start. Let's see if we can pick it up again. A lot of things going on in the background. Someone gets pushed. Oh, look there. They're going sideways there. The Toyota, innocent bystander there. Something happened with car 27 getting pushed into Michael, but looks like we've certainly got two BMWs that aren't going to take any more part of this race.
Yeah, bad news for Brian Burke, who's taking his gloves off right now. And that has brought out the safety car by the look of things.
Yeah.
At the moment. Oh, no, I got another one.
Yeah, looks like another one limping around the track. But I was just going to say, Michael Stillwell, his son is also driving in another BMW, another E30, the orange car that he's actually borrowed from a guy in Victoria, from Canberra. But that's not looking too good for this car.
Yeah.
As he's
oh, it's dropping bits behind.